Hi everyone, welcome to the first TTO tutorial on our server, our TTO PBX server. People want to use scripts, and there's a few really good ones, three real main key ones that are really brilliant. I'm going to run you through how they work and how to set them up in your base. So, you join me here in our little space base that we've recently just started. Let's crack through here. So, I'm just going to build out a little platform, just floating with my grid. And nice and simple. I'm going to cover, obviously, there's three main scripts that I mentioned. So, one of those is called Izzy's Inventory Manager. One of those is a script for a mod called Nanobot. Brilliant mod, which you'll see in a minute. And the other one is Automatic LCDs, which is just a must, really. So, we'll go through Izzy's first. So, obviously, we're going to need programmable block, but Izzy's is basically a way of when you have, for instance, some refineries going on, you've got some assemblers going on, you've got all sorts going on. And you don't want to have to sort them all manually, they all stay in the refineries, you don't know where your stuff is. You can have some storage like this. I see one called ores, one called ammo, one called components, well, actually more than one called components. And, they all pull the items into here when they're not being used. So if you scrap a big ship that you've captured, you just dump it in somewhere and it'll auto sort. You see things moving around every now and then, actually, looking in here. And the assemblers, they never keep in them. It just pulled that out when it didn't need it. These heavy refineries, all this stuff here gets pulled out. And that will go into ingots. So it just happens automatically. So what we'll do, I'm going to get a small cargo container. We'll get a couple. Okay. And I'm going to get one here as like an entry point. And we'll put a pipe. So I'm going to say this is like your dumping container. So you can have a place in your base where you can just dump all your stuff. And it'll go and sort it all where it should be. So we're not going to name anything just yet. I'm going to put a programmable block down. This can be anywhere as long as it's on the same grid. So yeah, put that down. Now, people then at this point get really scared because I don't know how to use these things. Should I put a battery on this? A little bit scuffed. And that comes online. So, right, on here, press F, or you can click on it. F is probably a bit easier. Load of settings. All you need is this edit button. You hit edit. All this, ignore all this. That's if you want to write your own, which you can do, but you'd need to learn C# and lots of programming. Hit browse scripts. Now I've got them here already. You won't have them there automatically. You're going to have to go to this button here. And you'll most voted up here, you'll see automatic LCDs, solar alignment script. You don't need that anymore, actually. Is the inventory manager. All you want to do is you want to tick the little thing there. And then come back. And you'll find it there. Click on it, hit copy to editor. Now, it shows you this, and you probably look at this and go, oh my god, what is all of this? Pretty much a lot of these scripts will have a configuration section. So it will say, these are the names you can call things. And we won't get into it, but there's a load of stuff you can change. You can stop like certain containers from being sorted. A load of stuff. Just hit OK. And you see it's starting to do things down here. Ignore it. So one thing it will do, in a standard, one of the configurations options I'll get you to change, which I really don't like, is it will automatically start assigning names to things. What we're actually going to do is go back into that, edit again, scroll down just a little bit. This auto container assignment, I like setting that to false. It's a Reaver attack in the background there, so hopefully the turrets will sort that out. Where are they? This is a fun little server we have running here. We have Terra and a ring of planets. And, yeah, constant encounters. Good fun. Anyway, let's get into these. I'm just going to call these. I'm going to call this one ores. Call this one ingots. The capital letter matters as well. And then I'm going to call this one fat fingers today. Components. So you see we've got ingots, ores, and components. You see it adds a 0%. It shows you how full they are. And I'm going to call this dump. Doesn't matter what you call this one. That's just where we're going to dump stuff. We've got 3 containers there and this one. So if I admin tools here, but you obviously you'd have an inventory of stuff to put in here. Actually, in fact, if I've got some stuff on me, yeah, I do. So I've got a load of components on me. I'm just going to dump it all into the dump. I'll give it a sec. Whenever it wants, it will move it into. I've just killed the Reaver. Yeah. Doing its thing over there. Oh, it's fighting, but it's losing. Anyway. Oh, yeah, you can see it's all moved it into components. If I was to give it some gold ingots, put in there, it runs like a cycle, and when it gets back round to the sorting inventories bit, it will sort all the inventories in like one go. Stare at a kettle, it never boils. It's a bad time over there, I think. There we go, it's now sorted it to ingots. There we are. Brilliant. That's all now done. So that's essentially the main part of it. As long as everything is connected, it will automatically try and move things around. It will take things as well. So if you've got an assembler that's finished a job, it will pull things out of the assembler and put it into the relative containers as well. Okay. Okay. Next section we're going to do is automatic LCDs. Now this is really simple. I'm going to put this block down here again. Press F on it. Edit. Browse scripts. Again, search for it. Add it. Automatic LCDs. Sorry, 2 seconds. There we go. Browse scripts, automatic LCDs, copy to editor, and just say OK. And it's just as simple as that. Now, you might think that does nothing, and yeah, on its own, doing that won't do much for you. We're all OK now. The variables have been taken care of. Got a couple of blocks down here. And this will work with any of the LCD panels, actually even cockpits and stuff, which we can get into if anyone wants to see in a bit of a deeper dive as well. I'm just going to put this here, and again, there's a lot you can do with these. I'm just going to cover the basics. So with the screen, again, just right click on it, and all you're going to need to do is in square brackets type LCD, and we'll just call it test, and it will say write commands. So now you know that's worked if you get this message. There's tons you can do with this, but when you go back into it, hit custom data. This is basically what you want this screen to show. And a few really useful ones, so inventory. Writing inventory, capital I, it will just start scrolling through all of your inventory. Now, it's a lot of info for one screen, so you might want to go inventory, all blocks on grid, which is a star, plus ingots. I'll get there. There we go. It's ingot, lowercase I. And you can see they're all on there now. And you can even go font size, bring it down a bit. When it reloads, well, now it's on one screen. And it hasn't got to be connected to anything. So it doesn't matter, it has to be on the same grid. If I do the same thing here and spawn 500 gold in there, we'll then see 500 gold. And you can set targets as well. So these like little progress bars. So if I was to put 45,000 gold into it, that'll then update. It takes about 5 seconds. There you go. So the nice thing is you can have one for ingots. Now that's the ingots one. That's a useful one. You can do that again. There's a whole. I'll link the wiki as well for that. But you can just loads of stuff you can add for like ingot or whatever. A couple of the useful ones is power. Shows you your power. And there's cargo, there's speed, there's all sorts of things, gravity, hydrogen, tanks, things like that. Really useful thing to have. You can have as many of these screens as you like. They've all just got to start with LCD and square bracket. Cool. And then lastly, and probably my favourite, is the build and repair system. Now, this is a great mod anyway. This is a mod which I'll link down below. It's on the workshop, and this tool basically will build any blocks within its area for you, given the components are interconnected storage. So it's a great mod. If I go to show area, show you its work area. Well, so I'm just going to bring that area down just for the sake of this. You don't need to do this in terms of making this work for this tutorial. Just follow along basically. So you're going to want a programmable block. There we go. And again, you want to edit, browse scripts, and it's called Nanobot Build and Repair System Queuing / Display / Scripting. Long name. Copy it. When you copy this in, you'll see a couple of useful bits of information. One is Build and Repair System Group Name equals Build and Repair Group 1. I'm just going to copy that. Now, what this system does is brilliant. It uses all your components to build stuff that you've wireframed out. What it doesn't do is go and make the components using your assemblers and then do it. So this adds that functionality. So what we're going to do is find that build and repair system, paste in that group name. It's important that it's capitalized like that. It's save. So that's now in a group. We're also going to want an assembler. Oh, in slow for today. And I'm just going to put this on the back of it. We're going to cringe, but yep, just what I'm doing. And the assembler needs to be in one, and it's per grid, so it doesn't matter that it's using these. We've got build and repair group 1 and assembler group 1. That's all that needs. And obviously we need a bit of cargo so it can do its job. And I'm just going to put steel plates, 2,000 of them. Okay. So now it has iron ingots, it has an assembler, and it has a build and repair. So it's got all the 3 bits it needs. Alright, now we are back. So I've loaded up actually the cargo container with iron. It's actually not steel plates it needs, because steel plates is actually what it's got to create. So we've got the cargo with basically the ingots, assembler to make the bits we're going to need, and we have the build and repair system. You see I've got a nasty little hole here from a Reaver attack. I want to build one here. So magical happens. This system here starts making some steel plates for me. There you go. It has built that. So if I go into here, you'll see we have slightly less iron now. And if I go 1, 2, that should be able to catch it in time. You know what? No, it's so quick. Made the plates it needs, and it's going ahead. Oh, there you go. Just catching it, doing it. It's queuing it all up itself, working it all out. And this works with more advanced things. So in my base here, for instance, if I turn mine back on, because they're off at the moment, because they were actually interfering, I had to redo this section. Turn these back on, and I've got quite a few of these. You can have as many as you like. Don't go too mad or you'll start lagging, but I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these in my base. For instance, let's build a large industrial cargo container, and let's just see how long this takes. Start seeing numbers change on the right. There you go. It's got all the components. I've got really heavy assemblers and stuff, so it's built everything very quickly, and it's built. That's literally all you need to do. I'm not in creative mode. That's as quick as it is. If you've got the components in your base, then it's just going to work. If I go in my base, I'll show you some of the usages that I use it for. So that automatic LCDs mod, I've got my ore summary, my ingot summary, all my components. I've got my ammo, my hydrogen storage, oxygen storage, my reactor output with how long left on it, how long it's got left of stored power. And also what's using it, sort of the top 10 most using blocks as well. My build and repair works, as you can see, so that covers pretty much this base. Is 150 meters square. It'll do. and my inventory manager is sorting all of this out. So what I think really are 3 of the main scripts you want to be able to use and also know how to use them. So thanks for watching the tutorial. It's the first one I've done in a very long time. I hope it was useful. Any questions, let me know. I'll drop a link to our TTO Discord in the down below, and obviously if you want to join our server, it's public. Come and join us in our custom little star system with all our mods on a very beefy server. So thanks very much for watching.